was a quiet evening in a small town, the kind of place where children played outside until dusk and parents rarely locked their doors. But on one night in October, that sense of safety was shattered forever. A teenage girl set out for home on foot and simply vanished. No witnesses, no goodbye, just silence. This is the story of a family's nightmare, a police investigation that spanned years, and the haunting question that remains: how does someone disappear on their own street? Her name was Emily Parker. She was 15 years old, a bright, shy high school student who loved sketching animals and dreamed of studying veterinary medicine. Her family described her as gentle, a little reserved, with a dry sense of humor that would surprise you if you got to know her. Emily lived with her parents and her little brother in Brookfield, a town of just under 9,000 people, nestled among rolling farmland. It was the kind of place where people left car keys in the ignition and waved to neighbors on their way to work. The Parker family had moved there precisely for that sense of safety. No one imagined danger could be waiting on a familiar street. On October 14th, Emily stayed late at school for art club. She texted her mom at 5:45 p.m., saying she was on her way home. The walk was just under a mile, a route she'd taken dozens of times. It was autumn, sunset was early. A streetlight had just flickered on when witnesses last saw her at 6 p.m., passing the old post office. After that, no one saw anything. At 6:30 p.m., when Emily still wasn't home, her mother tried calling. No answer. By 7 p.m., they were driving the route themselves, panic rising. By 8 p.m., they were at the police station. It was completely out of character. Emily didn't go to parties. She didn't have a secret boyfriend. She didn't even have social media beyond texting friends. The family was certain she hadn't run away. The initial police response was cautious. Brookfield had no recent history of abductions. Officers canvassed the route Emily would have taken, knocking on doors, asking neighbors if they'd seen anything. No one had. Forensic teams found no sign of a struggle. Emily's backpack was missing. Her phone last pinged near the corner of Willow Lane at 5:58 p.m., then went dark. As hours became days, the town mobilized. Volunteers walked fields, ditches, and riverbanks. Local stores donated bottled water and snacks for search teams. Flyers went up in every window, Emily's brown hair and gray hoodie in pixelated photos. Investigators brought in tracking dogs, who followed her scent for several blocks before losing it near the bus depot, a place where cars often idled. That detail raised a chilling possibility. She could have been pulled into a vehicle without anyone noticing. Leads trickled in. Someone reported seeing a white van near Willow Lane that evening. Another claimed they heard a girl scream, though they weren't sure of the time. Police traced dozens of vans in the area, but found nothing conclusive. The FBI was brought in. They built a victimology profile, scouring her life for signs of grooming or contact with predators online. But Emily's phone and computer held nothing suspicious. No secret accounts, no strange conversations. Forensic teams combed her route with metal detectors and ground-penetrating radar, looking for buried evidence. Nothing. After 2 weeks, search efforts formally scaled back. For the Parker family, that moment was devastating. The media attention waned, the volunteer numbers shrank, but the case remained open. For years, detectives revisited the file. They checked sex offender registries, interviewed delivery drivers, and re-interviewed people on Emily's bus route. Her mother never stopped pleading for answers in press conferences. 5 years later, there was a break. In a different county, a man named Daniel Foster was arrested for attempting to abduct another teenage girl. When police searched his property, They found evidence suggesting he'd stalked multiple teens in nearby towns. Foster became a person of interest in Emily's case. Dogs indicated the scent of human remains in one corner of his remote property, but searches turned up no body, no DNA linking Emily to the site. Under interrogation, Foster denied involvement in her disappearance. Without physical evidence, prosecutors couldn't charge him. To this day, Emily Parker remains classified as missing. Her parents maintain a candlelit vigil every October. They've left her bedroom untouched. They hope somehow she's alive, or if not, that someone will one day reveal where she rests. Emily's case changed Brookfield. Parents now insist on driving kids everywhere. The town installed more streetlights and security cameras. School counselors hold annual assemblies about personal safety. For the Parkers, the biggest change is emptiness. Their house feels too quiet. Holidays come and go with one seat unfilled. Emily's mother once said in an interview, "It's the not knowing that kills you. If she's gone, I just want her found. I want her back, even if it's just to say goodbye." Her case remains open. Authorities still process new tips, no matter how small. A state cold case unit periodically reviews the file, hoping new technology will finally yield a clue. How does a girl vanish on her own street? How does a parent go from worrying if their child is late to wondering if they'll ever see them again? If you have any information about the disappearance of Emily Parker, please contact the Brookfield Police Department. For the Parkers, and for every family still searching, one call can mean the difference between despair and closure. Thank you for watching. Please remember Emily Parker and all those who are still missing.